Welcome to another horrid, terrible, despicable, socially awkward, and unacceptable apocalyptic episode of the Apocalypse. Congratulations, by the way, for choosing the Apocalypse. And since you have unwisely chosen the apocalypse, you are in urgent need of a guide. Unfortunately for me, I happen to be that guide, your humble guide, Nicholas. So good to see you again. It appears Donny has kinged himself. Have you ever played checkers? I haven't played in years. Actually, I've never played. I'm not from your realm. But I've watched you play. And it appears Donny has simply taken one of his pieces, defied the rules, moved it all the way to the other side, and said, "King me for nothing." Anyway, let's begin this piece of shit. This post, this thesis, was the first thing I saw of note today. Donnie basically bitching and whining that the Russia-Ukraine thing isn't settled. And at the very end of it, he basically says that Ukraine is ungrateful to him. Again, these people are dying. They're fighting for their fucking lives. They're fighting the fucking devil over there, Vlad Putin. The man don't have a soul, son. Kills people for breakfast and laughs about it. You know, by the time he opens the morning fucking paper, he's already bombed a hospital, a school, whatever. And they have to tolerate this fat embarrassment who somehow got the reins of fucking power in America. Let's not even go into how that happened and who's responsible, because that'll take an hour. They got him saying, they have to tolerate him saying that you're not grateful to me for being Putin's bitch this entire time. Do you remember that theater they put on? They made Zelensky come to the White House so the couch fucker and Donnie can, act out a rehearsed speech full of animosity toward the man we made a deal with back in the day, by the way. America did. You get rid of your nukes for Vlad and us. You do the stupid thing like we want you to do, and we'll protect you. Don't worry. If Vlad ever becomes aggressive with you. Look at us now reneging like a motherfucker because a fat orange-faced asset of Russia is in the White House. Again, he rolled the red carpet out for Vlad on American soil, son. Do you know how embarrassing that fucking is? And you know that was Vlad's idea. Optics. Oh my God, they kill for shit like that. That's a once-in-a-lifetime fucking PR gold mine for Vlad to post all over the place. I've got the bitch ass, punk ass, mark ass American president rolling the red carpet. I got the American military rolling carpet out for me on American soil. Because I own the bitch in the White House. That's what that was for, son. I don't know if you realize, That was the point of the exercise. That was the moral of the incident. A KGB agent doing his victory dance, his version of it, with his compromat bitch. Most powerful nation on earth. Let me just read the part that he dared write. First of all, a good portion of this is in all caps like a fucking sociopath. It's the usual song and dance blaming Biden, blaming Ukraine, you know, the usual bullshit. Where's the part? I'll start here with the all caps. I inherited a war that should have never happened, a war that is a loser for everyone, especially the millions of people that have so needlessly died. Ukraine leadership, that's in quotes, has expressed zero gratitude for our efforts. And Europe continues to buy oil from Russia. I won't go any further. So, Putin's bitch, straight up Russian asset, Donny Krasnov, who's done nothing but make it very difficult for Ukraine. Remember, right before he got elected, he told Mikey Johnson no aid for Ukraine passes the House. 6-7 months went by of Ukrainians dying with no fucking help. Son. That's just one example. The theater at the White House when they invited Zelensky, my God. This man has to go to sleep every night worried about every single citizen, how many are going to die by the time he wakes up. And then he's got to deal with the fat orange cunt, the product of capitalism, right-wing politics, everything disgusting about America. And he has to tolerate all caps, dementia-ridden screeds by a fucking sociopath with a God complex. And I'm going to show you once again, I got a nice picture for you. Just to prove what's in that orange fucked up head of his. When I say God complex, when I say he wants to be King, Caesar, all of it, Pharaoh, all of it, I'm going to show you the proof again. One more time, let me read that just one part. Ukraine leadership, in quotes, that's calling them not good leaders, that's saying, you know, them being called leaders is a joke, has expressed zero gratitude for our efforts. So again, the Russian asset, the Antichrist, the 3-year-old with the worst narcissism, sociopathy, God complex I've ever seen, is saying that the Ukrainians and the Ukrainian leadership that he just insulted, by putting it in quotes, should be grateful that he's been Putin's bitch this entire time. That's Donnie. 2 more posts by Donnie. He's really trying to milk that goat of, they said for the military to not follow my orders. That's treason. They belong in jail, says the fucking orange cunt who staged a coup, son, a literal coup that we can all watch on television to this day. As he sat back and ate hot wings, as Patel and Miller and all of them, Chris Miller that is, said, oh, you know, there's no need to send help in. In fact, that's why they were there in the first place. That's why they were given the job. For that moment, and that moment alone. So yes, the cunt that staged a literal coup so he could be Caesar, king of America, the place that, you know, fled from a king in its inception, as a country. The whole point of it, the whole reason it happened, the whole reason we have this style of government is because the Freemasons that came here didn't want to have a king. They got tired of that bullshit. The Freemasons that ran things, George Washington, all those people. Freemasons, they weren't Christians, son. Not a damn one of them. Not even close. Washington monuments and obelisk. Recognize what you're dealing with. So these are the two all caps, what's that called? Manufactured, anger-ridden, Adolf Hitler, let's lock up the liberals. Messages that were always going to come out no matter what happened or what was said or what took place, because this is a plan. Same plan Hitler had that he executed. Donnie's executing it. Many great legal scholars agree that the Democrat traitors that told the military to disobey my orders as president have committed a crime of serious proportion. Again, this is the president of the United States in all caps saying this on social media. The traitors that told the military to disobey my orders should be in jail right now, not roaming the fake news networks. So treason's bad, they're traitors, blah, blah, blah. Well, Donnie staged a coup and he stole 3,000 classified documents. He's an abject traitor. So, Rubes, what should we do with him? Should we apply Donnie's standard? Right to jail. No trial, nothing. We say he's a traitor, right to jail, right? Oh, it's only okay when your king does it. Wait till he does it to you, son. Because he's going to do it to you, too. He's already done it to many of you. Co-chancellor got a foot up the ass out the White House. The most Cro-Magnon, MAGA, howler monkey, Marge Green, is leaving Congress and going on her own path in politics and power. So what does that bode for you, son? The average idiot voter out there. What allegiance does he owe you? Leon gave him $300 million fucking dollars. Preached his gospel. Cheated in elections to help him. Did anything he could. Was co-chancellor. Was his roomie for a while. He got the foot up the ass. What are you going to get, son? So this is the fake anger at the liberals in government, the same things that Hitler would say, because the main obstacle, same as in 1939, as today, the main obstacle to full Reich is liberals. That's it. Once they're out of the way, the Rubes are foregone fucking conclusion. That's what you're witnessing here, this manufactured fake anger by the literal traitor who staged a coup. Adolf Hitler staged a coup, went to prison for a while. Then when he got in charge, he's calling everybody criminals and pointing the finger at everybody, son. Kind of like this situation. And we got to watch Donnie's coup on fucking TV. They didn't have the benefit of that in Germany. Not that many TVs, you know? So let's move on to the next thing. And this is serious, I told you. I knew what the plan was before he even regained power. The Hitler playbook. Lock up liberals in government. That's why I expect it to happen. Eventually we'll get to the point. He's already done it to a few judges. Had the mass goons storm in the a courtroom. Judge flips out. Oh, arrest them. They're obstructing. No, they were trying to have a trial or, run their courtroom before the mass, Gestapo busted down the door and came in. That's what was going on, actually. So it's already begun. People have already had cuffs slapped on them. Remember that senator got slammed to the ground, zip-tied for a minute? That wasn't accidental, son. And again, if liberals had dared do that to a Republican senator in the past 20 years, you fucking animals will be rubbing shit on your own walls, and you know it. So we're seeing the textbook execution of the road to locking up the liberals. And I assume it will happen eventually. Look, they got to reveal this thing at a certain point, just like Hitler did. He played the political, there are laws and things for a while, and then he revealed it, full Reich. Once he got the people he needed out the way. What do you think's going to happen here? We're going to have to reveal the Reich at some point. And everyone will know what it is. But by then, so many people will be scared they'll go along. And eventually, with the mark, you either go along or you don't eat, son. That's just another way to eat that I don't know about. So these two messages, again, we take all this stuff lightly. We see it day after day. We get desensitized. All I see is the Hitler playbook being played out, being executed day after day, and us getting more and more used to it. There's no mass demonstrations. There's still troops deployed in American cities. There's still mass Gestapo going around kidnapping people. They shot a woman 5 times. Then when it goes to court, they press no charges. And she walks away because they lied their ass off. This woman got shot 5 times. She was going about her business, her daily life, perfectly peaceful, till some masked cunts came along and shot her 5 times and then lied about it. They didn't deport her either because they didn't have the legal right to. Again, exactly what I said a year before the election when Mr. Cortez came to my live stream. That little bit of time I was actually allowed to broadcast. Because, shutdown's got to happen every fucking 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, whatever. Just to slow it down just enough. That was always the point. When Donnie was talking about the roundups before the election, a year before roughly, I'm doing a live stream, Mr. Cortez is laughing about the proposed roundups, thinks it's great. I say, that's funny, your name's Mr. Cortez. Maybe they grab you, son. Maybe you look the right persuasion, they grab you. Oh, I'm Puerto Rican, blah, blah. They don't know that before they grab you. You just look Latin, son. That's all they have to go on. I was making the point in the live stream, roundups based on ethnicity are a bad fucking idea. Not a good thing. Another guy named Hitler did that. Interestingly enough. I know it's not the same, right, Rubes? Tell the man that when it's time at the lake. That it's not the same. See how it goes for you. Don't tell me. It's wasting your breath. Tell the man at the lake. I'm sure it'll work wonders. I'm sure it'll save your ass. So Mr. Cortez thought it couldn't happen to him. Then I made the point that, this ain't no minor inconvenience. Again, picture it, and it's sad I have to say these things, and you're going to work, you're going to school, you're leaving school, whatever the fuck you got going on in your life, some masked goons stop you, you're in your car, they say you rammed into them after they shoot you 5 times. Try and make it all about you and your fault. They don't have the right to deport you because you're some type of, I don't know, you're a citizen, you have citizenship some way. I don't remember the exact story. But they ruined your life, man. This wasn't a traffic stop where you got a fucking $100 ticket and you drive off. And this is what I was saying a year before the election. Because I knew exactly what it would be. And what I'm saying is exactly what I said a year before the election. Roundups based on ethnicity. They're fucking with dark-skinned people. It's that simple. They're going right up to them and asking them for their fucking papers. This woman, I don't know how she got targeted. It's a huge story. It's on television. She should sue and she should get $5 billion. How do you go back to your life? You cunts out there that dare fucking praise this behavior. This Gestapo dystopian 1984 bullshit that you're too stupid to realize is going to come knocking on your fucking door too. Everybody's door. How do you not know this is bad? I guess the same as in 1930s Germany, the people that liked it then. They tried to kill this woman. You hear me? Then she had to go to court and fucking fight it out with a bunch of fat fucking liars that damn near killed her. At the end, no charges, she walks out. Amazing. Fucking amazing. Exactly how I thought it would go. Exactly how I thought it would fucking go. This is a person commenting on what Leon did yesterday, flipping the revelation switch, revealing where a lot of accounts actually are, and it's exactly what everyone thought. Many MAGA-type accounts. This has been a psyop on one group of voters for about 20 years. The Pizzagate, the fucking MAGA accounts, all of it was an operation by our enemies, targeted at stupid people. Those stupid people fell for it hook, line, and sinker. They had parades, everything. Everything Vlad and his people told them to do, they did. Now the empire's over. And Vlad owns it for now. Imagine being a diehard MAGA person screaming about the Epstein files for 10 years only to find out Donnie is a notorious pedo and all your favorite influencers are people from other countries. Right. It was exactly what everyone was saying. It's exactly what the Mueller report said. Russian financed fake accounts pretending to be American, flooding the internet, making it look like a much bigger movement. Having a bunch of stupid Americans copy the trends, ideas, talking points, leading them to the point where they say, sure, KGB, take the keys, by giving them to his asset, Donnie Krasnov. We're already past the too late point. The keys were given over. I knew it was over at that moment. And that moment happened. So the operation against America is successful. It took about 20 years, in my opinion, of real intensity. Before that, less intensity. Because there wasn't an internet to work with. There's been an internet since like the 80s, but most people didn't have access to it. It wasn't mainstream. Smartphones when they first came out, or excuse me, cell phones when they first came out and got small, they didn't have the ability to watch video and all that stuff like they do now. Like the smartphone has, like, which is basically a smaller version of an actual computer and can do pretty much every single thing a computer can do now. So, in my opinion, for about 20 years, especially when the let's put our whole life online movement began with Facebook, in my opinion, was the original big one. I know there were others before that, but in my opinion, Facebook was like the first real big one. Eventually, Twitter came, Instagram, YouTube. A lot of people documented everything they do on video. I can consider that a social media informational outlet site as well, just more video oriented. Um, the entire, all those outlets for information got flooded for 20 years with bots and trolls sent by our enemy. And in that span of 20 years, on social media, Vlad and our enemies were able to mount a real kind of Trojan horse operation and get right where you live, man. Get to your kids, get to you, get to your granddaddy. Then they're getting Vlad's talking points there. Vlad's pumping the right-wing machine for a decade or two with money. So they're happy to go along. Where else is Vlad putting money? Right-wing politicians for about 20 years. So it worked. It's too late. And now these people, they already knew this was all a scam. They don't care. They just wanted to win. They already know all this stuff. But to see it shown in front of everyone's face and it can't be denied. And the people that run the accounts, well, they're all fucked up now. The follower count all over again. It sucks. For an operation like that. The pedophile thing, too, I imagine so many of you right-wing people out there over the 2 decades past spending hours on Facebook in the Pizzagate conversations. So many of you pointing liberals saying pedo, baby eater, this, that. Pointing at Hillary Clinton every fucking 2 seconds. And every year that goes by, since Donnie Shitbags came on the scene, about 10 years now, more and more evidence, solid evidence of Donnie's direct best friendship with Jeff Epstein comes out. The irony is incredible. One, how eager you are to endorse the pedo that hurts the little children. That's pretty incredible. How you're so easily able to dismiss it because you know it happened. I know you know. You don't have to tell me. Again, like I've said so many times, that finger you've been pointing for 2 decades, that's what you are. You are the finger you've been pointing. Your movement is. Your Messiah, your king, whatever you want him to be, is a pedo. And a lot of other things too, man. Evil upon evil upon evil upon evil. So again, like I've said a million times, that finger that's been pointed at liberals, the Pizzagate, the pedo stuff, the gays are weird unless they're in the Republican Party for some reason. Because a lot of these men around Donnie, I don't know if you realize they're gay. You people allegedly don't like gays. And being gay. Allegedly. So that's interesting as well. So you may look at these other people as freaks for being gay, yet a good portion of your movement is gay people. Even though they help persecute gay people. It's a whole fucked up loop. So again, I mean, that literal figure, and that's what I explained to you before recently. Hitler inverted reality. So when he pointed the finger at they're being violent. No, Hitler instigated that violence. He made it happen. Inversion. That's of Satan. Straight inversion. Not exaggeration, not a white lie. Straight inversion. The sky's not blue, it's green. And if you don't agree it's green, we execute you. That's inversion. Merciless inversion. So, KGB Vlad and his boys and the people in the right-wing machine, when they point the finger and say gay, pedophile, traitor, commie, they embody all of those things. Socialist, they embody all those things. Fascist, they really embody that one now, especially. And that's the end goal. And that's the inevitable conclusion, again, of capitalism, right-wing politics. And now we have, again, you allowed an asset the keys. I don't care if you agree that he's a Russian asset. He is. Vlad has compromat on him. He owns that orange ass, and you know it. That means you knowingly gave your country away to the KGB. Man, that's some stubbornness. That's what always astounded me about you people. The brainwashing, the depth of the brainwashing. So many of you that I've talked to and gotten to know over the years, various websites, friends, family, that McCarthyistic brainwashing of liberal, commie, socialist, I'd rather die than vote for one. Because that's what I was told every day, all day, by all of my influences. The devil comes along, son. Do you hear me? Again, I don't care if you agree. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. I'm telling you, son. I'm not asking. I'm telling you. I wouldn't be here otherwise. The devil comes along, son. His anointed, whatever you want to call him. Let's just call him the devil right now. Because he's the closest thing to it on earth. Literally. He's the man of the story. What else would the devil pick but the closest thing to him on earth, son? A shameless grifter, liar, murderer. Someone who's so low, they try and get their dying father to sign a paper where, you know, all the money goes to them. When they already have so much and they know they'd be getting a huge cut of a nice big pie. So the devil comes along, son. But you got this brainwashing in your head. You got this 10 years of Hillary Clinton's the devil. Pizzagate, basements. Vlad's talking points. Your daddy's talking points. Fox News' talking points. Your friends at the mill. So the devil comes along and he's got an R on his shoulder. Holds a Bible upside down in front of your face after he just gets done gassing a crowd and having them beaten. And the brainwashing, no matter how many people yell, scream, say, don't do it, son. We'll all suffer. Two roads before you. Vote for the devil or vote for a liberal. This one time. And you say, and the brainwashing says, I can't do it. Liberals are evil. That's what I've heard my whole life. I can't do it. I'm going to vote for the devil. Even though you were told before you voted for the devil that the devil would take everybody to the abyss. Guaranteed. Even after you watch the devil take everybody to the abyss, the first four, especially in a lot of your rural communities, farmers suffered very strongly. So you're told beforehand, it's inevitable that we'll all end in the abyss if you vote for the devil, or you could vote for a liberal this one time. The brainwashing, the talking points, the Alex Jones, the Fox News, the social media, the Russian trolls, bots, in Nigeria, in India, in Thailand, in Russia, in Eastern Europe. The brainwashing, the brainwashing, the brainwashing. Wins the day. I'm going to vote for the devil. We press the devil. That's what you've done, son. Otherwise, my ass would not be here while a guy's running a leaf blower next to my fucking car. Saying the things I say isn't very conducive to having a normal, easy existence on this plane here. Or a good reputation. Most can't even grasp these concepts. It's just entertainment. I'm not getting famous. I'm not getting rich. So why am I saying this? It's detrimental to me. I'm saying it because it's that fucking dire, son. This is not a fucking game. I wish it was. Let me move on. I spent too much time on this. Suddenly, out of nowhere, we hear from Reuters today that Doge doesn't exist anymore. So my first thought is, well, Leon got the foot up the ass. They needed Doge to cut jobs and programs so Donnie could pocket the money. And the right could pocket the money. It's more money to be in their pocket, no matter what they want to use it for. Donnie's pocket, personally, whatever they want to use it for. I know that's the reason. You're being liquidated, looted, dismantled. I've told you. That's your reality. So they did their work. Also, the main objective of it, let's be honest, besides looting and dismantling, liquidating, pocketing, information, our data. We watched court fight after court fight. Doge gets access to social security data, blah, blah, blah. They installed their AI to fire people. So that's running through your government systems. That's long been in there. It's long over. They've made the cuts via AI, pocketed that money for whatever purpose, instead of those salaries in someone's pocket. Palantir, Leon, and Doge members specifically have all had access to your information. Russia probably has it as well. Why? Because a security architect went all over the news channels saying, yeah, some Doge employees put some new accounts and passwords in, and then like fucking 10 minutes later, the Russians had the passwords and they were typing them in and they were trying to get in the system. Good thing I was there, because Leon's fucking traitors gave him the passwords. Cunts! And I'm talking to the people that made this happen. That's our information gone forever in some very nefarious pockets, son. Pete Thale, Greasy Pete, Leon, the Doge members, Big Balls, all that shit. Yeah, they got your social now, asshole. And your children's. Great work. Thanks, Rubes. Fucking idiots. Palantir, I was thinking about that today. You know what that is, right? It didn't occur to me. It's the seeing stones of the devil in the story. So what's Palantir about? Do you remember the movies? Peter Jackson and shit? How the Eye of Sauron would be in the fucking Palantir, in the crystal ball, ass fuck? Do you remember that? Yeah, that eye, that cunt, Greasy Pete, and Palantir, the crystal ball, that has your fucking information, everything about you, asshole. Yes, the seeing stones were of the devil, or maybe you could call him the Antichrist, because the original devil in the Tolkien universe, which is glorious, by the way, a lifetime of work. Best writer probably ever born, son. Read the novels. Wish you could write like that. Or tell a story like that with that sentiment and all it has. And its brilliance of literary genius. The original devil was a thing called Morgoth. The lesser angel, let's call him the Antichrist, was Sauron. In the stones, you would see the Eye of Sauron. Therefore, Sauron used the stones as a channel to oversee things, to communicate with people that knew how to use them. So if Palantir chose that name for their company, Greasy Pete and his buddies, and they got billions of your dollars, well, what do they plan on using that for? Oh, that all-seeing Eye of Sauron. That's what they plan on using it for, fuckface. You made that happen. Are you insane? Obviously. Go watch the movies. They're great. And look at the crystal ball with the fucking eye of the devil in it. That's what they named the company after. So I'm sure they have really upright and righteous purposes, intent in mind, right, Rubes? Doge. So your information is gone. Several parties have it for some very nefarious reasons to use it to subjugate you in the future. Palantir, again, look at the symbol they used. The Doge people like big balls. You trust them with your information, son, and information on your fucking children? If you do, you're a braver man than I am. My God. This is a case of Donnie once again. They're no longer necessary to the grift. They've cut what they needed to cut. They were supposed to work till the middle of next year. Donnie's getting rid of them after 8-9 months. He don't need them no more. Now they on their own. Everyone knowing their names and what they've done for the rest of their life. Forget the theft of our information because a traitor is in charge. And forget the fact that that information will literally be used to subjugate us in the future. That's why the theft took place. That's why the information was given. That's why they chose the fucking Eye of Sauron and the crystal ball as their fucking symbol. Big fucking joke to them. As they get billions in welfare of your money, you fucking idiots. Donnie doesn't need you no more. What happens? You go away. That's what happens. Under the bus. So these people cut thousands of people's jobs, livelihoods. They took that away gleefully. They cut programs to starving children and other social type programs. Then when they're not needed anymore, way earlier than they thought, see ya. Just like Marge Green and Leon. See ya. Thanks for selling your soul. Thanks for doing my dirty work for me. Also, I could pocket the money and use the money for the Reich and the Reich's purposes, son. Because there ain't going to be a government. I told you that day one. The facade will drop more and more. There won't be a government. How many bills actually pass anymore? It's government by proclamation now. So, Doge, just like everybody else in Donnie's life that thought they were special, they get a foot up the ass. Because another thing I've been yelling for 10 years, Donnie throws throws everyone under the bus. Doge goes under the bus. Thanks for selling your soul. Thanks for doing my dirty work. Thanks for starving those kids. Thanks for giving me the ability to pocket that money. Thanks for firing all those people. Those salaries go in my pocket now. Thanks for giving all the info to Leon and Pete. And Vlad. Do you understand the seriousness of what I just said to you? Their AI going through our information. For months, it's already been happening. Their AI deciding who to fire. what programs to just cut. Your information, every fucking thing about you, went to at least 4 different parties, all very nefarious. 4 or 5 tech bros thrown into military, the rank of lieutenant colonel, I believe. AI integrated into our military. What I forgot to talk about, on top of your personal information that at least 4 parties now have access to, all nefarious and evil as hell, our classified information. Remember all the court fights over that? They got access to that too, son. Do you know what that's worth? Do I trust big balls not to sell my information or classified information? Fucking goddamn no, I don't trust big balls not to do that. Who would fucking stop them? Again, son, do you understand the seriousness of what I'm telling you? Do you understand the seriousness of a security architect saying, yeah, the big balls people, those accounts and passwords they just set up, yeah, the Russians already had those passwords and they were trying to put them in and I caught them. Do you understand the seriousness of that? So I'm assuming if that security architect caught that one instance of the Russians with the passwords in advance, I assume there was 100 more instances of that succeeded. That's why another reason they fired everyone. They don't want people looking. You being liquidated, son. And again, it doesn't matter if you agree. Your money's still being stolen by the fucking second. By the entire cabinet. Fucking kidding me? Why is Dr. Oz out there mad at the American public because they're costing the government so much money? Because the Reich, including Dr. Mengele Oz, looks at it as their money. They want to pocket more of it. That fucking simple. Just what we needed in 2025, a fake fucking reality TV doctor who sells snake oil. Telling us to fuck off, just be healthy. We're tired of spending money on you, as if it's his fucking money. Oh my God, it's just fucking over, man. Fucking kidding me? So Doge under the bus, just like Margie, just like Leon, just like the person before that, the person, Laura Loomer, bitch blew him. Still under the bus, son. It don't matter who you is. This the beast, I keep telling you. You'll be a little toy for a while, be you man, woman, whatever. And then he'll move on to the next little toy. Whatever he finds interesting. Does it every time. Look at Margie Sporkfoot. Look at Co-Chancellor Leon. Again, you can't get any closer, any more integral to the Reich than those people. They're under the bus already. Called her a traitor. Said, Leon, if I take the welfare away, you go back to South Africa with nothing like a bitch. Begging your daddy for money. Again, what does that portend for you? So Doge under the bus along with Margie and Leon. Leon still gets to come at the events and grift and, help with the Reich and all that. He just doesn't get to be roomies with Donnie and in the White House. And again, remember how the last strike went. Co-Chancellor took out the Chancellor and became Supreme Leader. That's what Leon was attempting to do. Probably still has, dreams of it. Donnie, just like Leon, intends to be Caesar of the earth. Donnie looked at Leon as, I'll get rid of him. Leon was hoping it would go the route of 1939 Germany, where Hitler makes the Chancellor step aside. Went exactly the opposite. Here's a random commenter. Apparently, Doge employees fear prosecution now that Musk is gone. I don't know about you, but I don't typically fear prosecution unless I committed a crime. I said back when they introduced all the Doge people, many of them were young. I said, you people better, think about this before you do it. It's the rest of your life. You're selling your soul. Don't do it. They all knew what they were doing was wrong, evil, illegal, so many things. Every single Doge employee. Every single one. So it's perfectly understandable that once they lose their job, Musk's been gone for a while now. Once they lose that job, the protection of the federal government, though, and Musk's gone, well, now if some courts come after you, you got no backup. So I understand why every single Doge employee might worry about in the future being prosecuted. The entire Reich should worry about being prosecuted. The entire cabinet, every military man that's on our streets right now, every guy in a mask with a machine gun kidnapping people, they should be worried about prosecution in the future. Because that's what's going to happen to you all if power ever changes hands. And you'll all deserve it. But Donnie and the Reich already had a plan for that. They knew from day one what all of you don't know. They were never going to give a chance for any change of power or takeover. Again, Donnie learned from the first coup, don't give him a chance to stop your coup. That's why inside of, 3 months or whatever it was, we already had our military on our streets for no reason. That's an indicator that it was a plan. There wasn't a riot. Yet the military was on your streets. That's an indicator that it was planned in advance. That no matter what happened, the military was going on your streets. Just waited for a convenient excuse. Then did it 8 more times and is still doing it. That was a plan. That is a plan. And it's the precedent has been set, and it's too late now. He sends them to whatever city he wants. Unfortunately, this is the end scene. So again, like I've said so many times, there's not going to be a new daddy Democrat that comes in and cleans up your poo-poo. I'm sorry. This time the bill's due. And the people that go along to the end with the Reich and all of it, I wouldn't want to be you. The rest of us, yes, will suffer too. But it will be nothing compared to what the people that go the distance with Donnie suffer. As horrific as what you may face is, the wrath of God is much more horrific. And it's eternal. So again, knowing the story, checking back with it, watching it play out before my eyes, I have to assume, logically, whether I believe in God or not, well, if this whole beginning part is coming true, to the letter. Won't that bad part where all the people that go along that get judged and die and go in the lake, won't that end part come true too? But yeah, if I was a Doge person, I'd be worried about getting prosecuted, finding out what you've really done. We've already found out a lot of what you've really done, which some of the things are crimes. I know you gave those people the passwords. Leon Scum is probably indebted to the Russians as well. He's helped them out. He's preached their talking points. He's in league with Vlad. Donnie's in league with Vlad. So yeah, I believe Doge gave the passwords to the Russians. And that's why they had them. And here we'll just type them right in. No hacking, no bullshit. Writing it, type them right in. That's what you voted for. And you knew that in advance. That's astounding to me. It's almost this clear. It was almost this clear before the election. A man coming to the world, coming to you specifically, and saying, some people are going to come along and they're going to steal all the information, money, and the empire will fall because of them. And you have a chance to stop it. All you have to do is vote no. And the reason I say this is because you got to see the first term. You got to see the carnage this thing left. So it was almost this clear before the election. I'm going to say it again. As if a man came to the world, straight up told the whole world, every American, some people are going to come along. They're going to steal all your information, loot and dismantle your country, and end America. America will fall. That's just the beginning. You have a chance to stop it. All you got to do is vote no. I'm telling you in advance. And you vote yes anyway. Astounding to me. That's what's always amazed me for this past 10 years, especially so many people I've tried to talk to back when I was doing that. Too late now. It's a waste of time. The stubbornness, the brainwashing, the sticking to your guns. Again, I liken it to a man who's pouring gas on himself and about to light a match. And his neighbor comes out and says, "What are you doing, you fucking idiot? You're pouring gas on yourself. You're about to light yourself on fire. You're gonna die." And it's like you say, "No, I'm not. I'm gonna show you." And you pour another gallon of gas on yourself. And you get out 3 more matches. So you can light a bigger fire. Just to show the guy that tried to warn you, to save you, to save you, just to prove him wrong. That is the MAGA rube in a nutshell. No logic will break through, ever. Nothing can pierce the brainwashing. Nothing can pierce the stupidity. The mentality, I'll show you. By burning yourself alive? Okay. Wow, he's burning to death. Well, he showed me. Oh no, hold on. That fire's catching in his bushes to his house, and now the sparks are coming over to my house. Oh no. His stupidity, his desire to prove me wrong has cost me my house now too. That's where we at. And yeah, if I was Doge, I'd worry about being prosecuted too, because every one of you are criminals and you know it. And you knew it before you took the job. But you said to yourself, Donnie and Leon will protect me. Not at the lake, son. Very sorry. There will be tears. Many. Hey, at least you got a nice car and a house out of it. Maybe a cute girl or two, right? I'm sure it'll be worth it at the lake. Because that's what this is, son. This is the final test. That's why so much is being put before you. This is unprecedented speed, pace, evil. Not normal. There's a reason it's happening. It's a test for you. And again, something I've realized along this journey here, not one human will be able to say, I didn't know at the end of it. So if you're planning to use that excuse before the man, I don't think it's going to work. I think that's why so many things are going public. We're getting to see so many times behind the curtain that you never get to see. One of the reasons is they're all snakes too. Like, for instance, you have a sex trafficker named Ghislaine who has information on a pedo named Donnie, and she needs to get out of prison. She's not doing it for any noble purposes. She gave some shit to a guy named Rupert, who used to be friends with Donnie sometimes, and Rupert published them. So Rupert got a story. Rupert got a jab in on Donnie, let him know, I can do this to you all day. Don't fuck with me. Kind of a love-hate relationship. All for a female sex trafficker who wants to get out of prison. That's the only reason the information came out. Snakes. That's one reason why we get to see behind the curtain so many times. Another reason. It's the man testing you, son. I've never seen so much go public before. Well, maybe one time regarding a rock star. A lot of stuff seemed to go public about that. And we got to see behind the curtain a bunch of times too. It was very strange. That's why it's happening, those two reasons. They're snakes. They're always trying to scheme, grift, lie, get out of prison, whatever. So they got to reveal something, even something they were part of. It's like Leon did with the Revelation switch. How many bots is Leon responsible for? How many times did he outright deploy them? Yet he's exposing the other ones. What about you, Dad? Same thing. And I remembered this picture. Reuters, I guess, used this for their article. On Twitter, now when you click these pictures and they have the words down in the corner like that, it's really a link to an article. So this is a link to a Reuters article, of course, Leon with the chainsaw. And what this made me think of when I saw it is, this asshole was celebrating in his pseudo pimp outfit trying to be street with a chain and horrible sunglasses, and he's dancing around on a stage with a chainsaw in celebration of firing human beings in mass. As he hoards wealth and has his hand out for more welfare from the taxpayer, only profits he's ever made in his life, son, I promise you. And what happened to this idiot after that, who thought he was going to take over like Adolf did? Remember, he's Donnie. Donnie is him. They're the same person. They both have the same idea. King of the world. This motherfucker got the foot up the ass. Get the fuck out. After again dancing on stage with a chainsaw in celebration of laying off human beings in the thousands and cutting programs that fed children in third world countries. Gave contracts to farmers to grow food. Some farms, that's the only income they had, was U.S. aid contracts to grow food for the government to distribute. He celebrates on stage with the chainsaw. He makes it a big joke. He thinks he's going to be, co-chancellor's going to take out the chancellor. He's going to be king of the world. A little while later, foot up the ass, get the fuck out. That's the Antichrist, baby. That's why I've been yelling again. Everyone under the bus. No matter how close. This was co-chancellor Rumi. Get the fuck out. That's what happened. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy, by the way. After this moment. The chainsaw cut this cunt out the picture too, huh? What all these motherfuckers that thought they could put a leash on this shit don't realize is Donnie is the chainsaw, bitch. And he gonna cut everyone out. No matter how special they thought they fucking were, Co-Chancellor got straight foot up the ass. And then after he tried to pull his little Donnie's in the Epstein files move, Donnie straight said about the Co-Chancellor who waved the chainsaw around and did the dirty work and evil. If I take the welfare away, he goes back to South Africa with nothing. Boy, did Leon shut up real quick. Donnie is the chainsaw that you motherfuckers thought you could control. You thought you was a lumberjack. You isn't. Nobody is. That's why Donnie's the Antichrist. That's what the Antichrist is. An uncontrollable beast, junkyard fucking dog. Same speech I've given for 10 years. In an ideal world, a convicted felon, a pedophile, and a president would be three different people. Yep, not the same person. And you know what else this statement makes you realize? The level of evil of Donnie. Every aspect. Rapist, murderer, thief, liar, all of it in one man. Convicted felon, pedophile, and president. Well, he is technically president as well. The level of evil, son. Again, that's why so many of you over the years I was begging you, trying to talk you out of it. And I knew it wouldn't work with any of you, but I tried. Before we even got the latest Epstein information, we knew about it 10 years ago, a lot of this, but still, that birthday card, man. That's another level of evidence. Indisputable. Convicted felon staged a coup on fucking TV and intentionally held back help, and we all watched it and we all know it. Tried to have the fucking vice president killed. Tried to have some shady Secret Service guys loyal to Donnie drive him off, and God knows what happens to him. To the point Mikey don't even get in the car. Steals 3,000 classified documents. Adjudicated rapist and defamer. That's an intentional liar. That's the short list, son. Again, what I'm trying to tell you, this ain't politic, this ain't normal, this is a pure evil motherfucker. Let's talk about the grifts now. Just 90 million grifts running, and a new one born every morning. Have you ever seen anything like it? So when you say, in an ideal world, a convicted felon, a pedophile, and a president would be three different people. Right. Why is he so many things? Why is there so much evil? It's not normal. He's special. Not in a good way. He's the Antichrist. That's why the devil picked him. Just completely corrupt. To where every thought is bent on corruption. Again, we'll get to the picture that really just illustrates it all perfectly. And we should have never gotten here. And not that it'll make a difference, but I'm guiding you, son. What else can I do? Here it is. This is really what I wanted to talk about, because it just illustrates so perfectly what Donnie is, what he's always been, what his desires have always been, his intent. But there's something else that it shows. It raises a question when you look at a picture like this. Or you look at a picture of 1930s Germany, 1940s Germany with the Reich, Hitler, his people, whatever kind of picture it was. What do you see in that picture? Do you see good? Do you see happiness? Do you see righteousness? Do you see justice? Do you see a noble society? Do you see goodness? Do you see godliness? Or do you see evil? Let's look at it. And while you look at this, I should have added a few pictures. I didn't think of it at the time. Of the Third Reich. Whether it's a few military men taking pictures, or a massive formation, or Hitler's speech, or any of those pictures. Picture some of them as you look at this. Donnie posted this today. It's him dressed in golden armor with a crown, sitting on a throne, obviously. These are some Democratic people at his feet. I believe one of them's supposed to be Chuck Schumer. I don't know. I don't know who the three people kneeling. I just know they're Democrats of some sort. The reason I've been yelling again, reason number 1,000,000 for 10 years. This is what Donnie wants to do. This is how Donnie views himself. He is a sick person. There are sick people in this world. There are evil people in this world. There are people that are in cults. There are people that are, Satanists. There are people that Nazism is their religion. There are people that Satanism and Nazism and just occult weirdness is their religion, like Adolf Hitler, like this movement here I'm showing you right now. There's more than Nazism going on here. Remember, Adolf Hitler wanted to make Berlin the capital of the world. So Adolf was trying to make himself world dictator. That was his desire. That was his intent. Donnie's desire and intent from day one. Again, he had Hitler's speeches next to his bed, not Mein Kampf. Donnie's intent from day one, 10 years ago. World dictator, world leader. He tried to do some of the things he's doing now in the first term. I'm not going to name them. Greenland's one of them. I'm not going to name them all. This has always been the plan. This is where he wants it to go. Leon has this same desire. Take Trump's head away, put Leon's head there. Same being. Same desire. Now, when you look at this picture, and I'm asking sane people this question, does it seem like a happy picture, a righteous, a just, a godly one, a noble one? Or does it seem evil to you? Forget who's in the picture, the specific names, the specific humans. Think of it as a child looking at this. A child who doesn't know any of those humans' names. He has no idea who they are. That's what you are right now. All the brainwashing doesn't matter because you don't know who these people are. Irrelevant. So as a child without bias, you look at this, what do you think? I have a feeling that child gets a very disturbing, evil feeling, like something's wrong with this, like the devil or something. Here's what I see, and I know a lot more than you people. I see the devil all over this, son. I see the apocalypse. This is the Antichrist, son. This is how he truly sees himself. This is a window right into the back of that orange, fucked up head. And this does not look good. Again, forget the names. I don't care who's in the picture. The scenario. Is this remotely normal for a president of the United States? Absolutely fucking not. This is not politics. This is something much, much more. Same thing I've been yelling for 10 years again. 10 years ago, I remember myself yelling that. And people not taking it seriously. This is not politics, son. Look at this fucking picture. I see the same darkness, the same demon, the same devil that I see in the pictures of the Third Reich. That same shroud of Satan just over all of it. That's what you're looking at right now. This is an extremely possessed and sick individual who wants to be Caesar, God, King of the earth, like the Pharaohs or the Caesars or something. Look at this picture and tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm overreacting. I'm so glad he posted this because it's a perfect illustration of what I've been saying for 10 fucking years. This is what this thing is. He wants to be King Caesar, God King, you kneeling at his feet, and if you dare defy him, you die. That's the kind of individual we're talking about here. If you want to know where it's going, what the future is, look at this again. There it is. That's the future. It won't last that long, but it will be a thing for a minute. This is deadly serious right here. Straight sociopathy, straight God complex, straight Antichrist. The, not an, the. Same thing Napoleon tried to do, same thing Adolf Hitler tried to do, same thing Alexander tried to do, same thing a lot of the Caesars tried to do, the pharaohs. You saw them with the king of Saudi Arabia or whatever he fucking is. You asked an insubordinate question. How dare you? That person that was dismembered, he was not well liked by us. That's the devil, son. Smiling like that as a murderer sitting next to you, dismembered a fucking journalist. As if he's the cool kid at school. That's the fucking devil, son. I'm here to tell you. Again, not to bait you. I suggest you listen. This is the devil. Those pictures of Germany, the Third Reich, the same Satan. The same darkness. Again, as a child, without bias, without knowing the names of these people, as a child looking at pictures of the Third Reich, looking at this picture, I have a feeling the child would get a foreboding feeling, a feeling of evil. Again, does this look like a happy thing to you? Every human being should also realize at this point, it don't matter who you is. Those three people, you might not like them that are kneeling there. That could be you kneeling there. Margie Sporkfoot's kneeling there. Leon Scum's kneeling there. Because they've already gotten the foot up the ass. In fact, Donnie said Margie's a traitor. So Margie should be kneeling there as well. She would be on the revenge list. She would be on the conquer list. Leon's also kneeling there. He decided to make a move on Donnie, say he was in the Epstein files. Do you see how it works now? His most valuable, his most loyal, you've watched been thrown under the bus, and you shouldn't have had to seen that. You watched him throw his whole cabinet under the bus in the first term. Every one of them got fired, left cursing Donnie out. It's nothing new. That's why I was yelling before the election. He throws everyone under the bus, people. What are you doing? Everyone. This is the beast. And you can't leash him. You're watching that play out with Margie and Leon. They're gone. Old news. Although, again, Leon's still part of the Reich. He's still at all the meetings. He's making the deals. He's getting the welfare. So he's still there, but not there. Not in our face. Because again, the moment the little arrangement between Leon and Donnie began, they both were looking at each other. I'm telling you, from second one, from inception, they were both looking at each other. I'm going to get him out the way one of these days in the future. It's my plan. You watched it take place. Chancellor, co-chancellor. Chancellor puts a foot up the ass of the co-chancellor, get the fuck out. The co-chancellor and Thale and JD, they make their move. Donnie's in the Epstein files. Have a good day. DJT, like it's Becky at middle school. And Donnie won the day. Why did Donnie win the day? Pete, Leon, how come you don't know this and I do? Because Donnie has the blessing and you do not. I read you the scripture again. The Antichrist's power, authority, and seat comes from the devil. That means the devil chose him. Like Adolf Hitler, he has the blessing. No one will take him out till the appointed time. Adolf had to be taken out by his own hand. That was his appointed way. In my opinion, we can't prove he died down there. We can't prove he didn't. I just have a feeling that's how it was supposed to play out. And no interference, like when Stauffenberg and the boys tried to kill him, would succeed. Because it was always meant for him to die by his own hand in a bunker as the Russians and Americans closed in. I don't know how Donnie's going to go. I just can't. Again, I'm a guy in sunglasses yelling about the Antichrist in 2025 America. With video games and side hustles. And everybody out trying to get a piece of ass. And a piece of ass behind the back of the piece of ass they have. And I say that Donnie has a God complex. He's a narcissist. He's a Nazi. He's the Antichrist. He's pure evil. He's a grifter. He wants to be king of the world. He said he runs the country and the world. And that this is the apocalypse. And then Donnie does that. Remember when I was first yelling about it recently, right when they took power again in January? I don't even know how many months went by, not that many. I say, again, I'm the crazy guy saying all roads lead to the Holy Land, and Donnie's going to help them rebuild the temple, and he's the Antichrist, and something's going to happen there. And somebody puts out a well-financed, funded commercial, cost a nice penny, I could tell by the way it looked. AI generated, 2 or 3 minutes long, I think, of Donnie and Bibi Netanyahu chilling on a pool deck in a Gaza resort, of Leon eating food in Gaza or in Israel, of money raining down on little peasant Gazan children. A coastline of resort-type buildings like you would see in Atlantic City. But then the real kind of revelation of what we were looking at. As if, again, this is some kind of fucking movie or something. Where the Antichrist puts out a commercial showing what's about to happen in the movie. If I wrote that into a script, the production company would probably be like, yeah, that's cheese, man. And I wouldn't blame them. The real revelation of the commercial, 40-foot tall gold Donnie statue on the Holy Land. Gold Donnie balloon heads little children are running around with. Little gold Donnie statues being sold by the street vendors. What's that about? That's not a resort full of gold things. That statue was shown out in the community, son. Do you hear me, son? Are you listening? Those trinkets were being sold out in the community, son. Those balloons were being held by children running around out in the community. Not at a resort. On the Holy Land, son, did you hear that part? There's a reason I'm repeating it. So again, the crazy guy with the sunglasses is yelling about this stuff, and then out of nowhere, this AI-generated commercial with a gold Donnie statue on the Holy Land comes out. I don't hear Bibi condemn it. I don't hear Donnie condemn it. Somebody obviously put a pretty penny into it. Somebody obviously wants us to let us know something. And here we are months later, and Gaza is Ash, and Donnie and Jared and the boys are about to build. But what's up with the big gold President of the United States statues on the Holy Land, son? Why would they do that? Why would Donnie want that? Why would whoever made that and Donnie and Bibi want to show us that? Why would the devil want to show us that? Maybe they have to. Or maybe, again, it's a desensitization thing. I don't know. All I know is I'm the crazy guy in sunglasses, yelling about the apocalypse and the Antichrist. And then the Antichrist puts out a commercial with gold statues of himself on the Holy Land. I didn't tell him to do it. Son. Do you get where I'm going with this? Again, when I tell you to take your name off it, do you think I'm doing that for fun? It gives me some type of pleasure or something? No, I'm telling you because it's the devil, son. And you best recognize. Again, otherwise I'd be sleeping. I wouldn't be showing you this. If I just didn't like the man. That's another point I need to make again for the millionth time. What you're witnessing when you watch me is not someone who just doesn't like a president that won. Oh, we're way beyond that. Existential threat to mankind America's already over. The world's about to be as well. That's the level of threat I'm talking about. Look at this animal who wants to be king of the earth in 2025. Any man who wants to be king of the earth, I'm sorry, you're a very sick individual. I don't care who you name, besides Jesus Christ. Because he's the only one that has the right. He's the only one who's earned it. No one else has even come close. We have a modern incarnation of a very evil thing. Caligula level, Hitler level, who wants to be in charge of the entire world and kind of is in a way. That never goes anywhere good, son. Ever. He will be the fall of everything. And this picture, again, it's the perfect illustration of his psyche, of where he wants this to be, his inner desires. But this shouldn't be a surprise to you. He doesn't hide it. But one more time, look at this picture one last time. This is why I've been yelling for tenure. This is how serious it is. Yes, he's taking it there, and he's always wanted it to be there. I want you to picture Margie and Leon kneeling there as well. They belong in this picture, kneeling at his feet as well. And I want to show you just the mini version and show you his handle on Truth Social so you can see that he indeed posted it. That's the President of the United States. Why is he posting himself dressed up as a king in armor and like he's king of the world? Oh, because that's what he wants to be, and he's the Antichrist. That's right. Never mind. I think we're almost done here. Yeah, we are. This is amazing to me. Donald Trump has been in office for 307 days and has already made 139 visits to his own properties. I don't know if that number's accurate. This isn't an account that has any reason to lie. Almost half the time. Almost half as many days as he's been in office. Very close. 139 visits since January. Why does Donnie go to his properties so many times? Because that's absurd, that number. That's not normal behavior. That's someone who has another idea going on. And here's what it is. This is why the number's so high. And it's the only reason. Are you ready? Every time he goes to one of his properties, his entire entourage is charged top dollar for their rooms, accommodation, food, whatever. Whoever he wants to bring. He just hands the bill to the federal government because it's his business. Whatever they rack up in the 2, 3 days, 5 days, whatever it is, at his own properties, he just hands the bill to the government. I bet them bills are nice and padded too. And who's going to stop it? Who would care? I bet he's charging you top dollar for them rooms. 139 times. There's no reason for him to have gone to his own properties nearly that many times, other than one reason. To grift your dumb ass, because a lot of his properties make nothing. The only customer they're gonna have is when Donnie stops by with the entourage, charges you $2 million. I'm not kidding. That number is absurdly high. Why? Because Donnie's the purest grifter that's ever walked this earth. And what I realized when I saw this today, he's outpaced every grifter since the beginning of time. He managed to squeeze in 139 trips to his own properties so he can grift you every single fucking time. Only reason that number's that high, son, do you hear me? There's no other logical reason. He knows when he goes to the property, he's charging you top dollar at a high-end resort. His entire entourage. I don't even want to know the money he has grifted in bar tabs, restaurants, rooms, rounds of golf, towels. 139 times since January. I've never seen such a shameless grifter. I've never seen such pure, driven snow marks like you people. I know he goes to Mar-a-Lago damn near every weekend, but I saw this today. I'm like, 139? You grifting scumbag. Remember, the operative phrase is his own clubs, moron. That means every dime of your money is going in his fucking pocket on top of the $350 he's about to loot the treasury for that he just told you about, you moron. The devil, son. Do you hear me? The devil. I've never seen nothing like this. He makes shameless grifters even fucking blush. Like, damn. That's a just shameless grifter. 139 times. There is no other reason for that number to be that high other than he, in his mind, before he goes there, is thinking, I'm about to get the taxpayer for another $3-4 million. My whole entourage staying at a high-end resort, eating, drinking, room, lodging, golf. Only reason that number's that high. I never seen nothing like this, man. If this ain't the Antichrist, if this ain't the apocalypse, I'd hate to motherfucking see the Antichrist in the apocalypse, son. Holy fuck. I didn't know the number that was that high. That's why I'm so stunned by it. I know Donnie's a shameless goddamn grifter. Steal a nickel off his grandma. But damn, 139? Fuck, you people are marks. Stealing every dollar. My God, right in his own properties. Can I just imagine this fat cunt handing a bill to the federal government for like $3 million every single time? Like, just, who's gonna question it, say anything, stop him? Absolutely nobody. It's a mobster grifter's, dream come fucking true. Wow, I go golf at my own clubs every fucking 3 days, bring my entire entourage, friends, family, whatever, charge the dumbass taxpayer, put it right in my pocket? 139 times in 9 months? Holy fuck. The pace of the grift. The volume of the grifts. Again, if he ain't the Antichrist, I'd hate to see what the Antichrist look like, son. Fuck. And I'm gonna end with this. I expected this. And I don't know if that's what this is, what I'm about to show you. Stunny's dream come true. He runs the country and the world. That's what he said to the Atlantic magazine. We're about to steal Venezuela's oil. He's deployed the concentration camps with your money. He's deployed the mass goons with machine guns to kidnap American citizens, illegal aliens, whoever they fucking feel like, to harass brown-skinned people with your money. He's given welfare to his oligarch friends for their AI and other things, straight welfare, your money, billions. Made you pay for your own subjugation by giving billions to Greasy Pete, Palantir, all that. Deployed the military against you. I just talked about a commercial with gold Donnie statues on the Holy Land. Donnie sits atop the Board of Peace, runs the Holy Land now. They let that wolf in the door. He owns it now. I told you as a God complex. I told you they're Nazis. They're reliving moments of the Third Reich. They're trying to be the continuation of that Nazi Reich. Donnie's building the arch just like Hitler wanted to build. Donnie's going to build the big ballroom, reception room, just like Hitler wanted to build. Literally, the plans were drawn up. Hitler wanted to declare Berlin the capital of the world. And what would Hitler have declared himself? Son? King of the world, Caesar of the world, supreme leader, emperor, whatever cunt title he wanted to put on his Antichrist ass. So if Donnie's doing all the same things, what does Donnie want to be, class? You saw the picture of him with the crown and the golden armor. He's building the arch like Hitler wanted to build. He's building the reception ballroom like Hitler wanted to build. What went along with those structures? A designation that Berlin was now the capital of the world, which would then make Adolf Hitler what? Well, the king of the world. So if Donnie's going to build the same structures using your money, of course, always. In the capital of America, I guess Donnie's going to try and make that the capital of the world, like Hitler tried to do in Germany. Make their capital the capital of the world. That's the intent. Literally. So, what I'm working to here, very stupid thing, but I feel it needs to be pointed out. The old blue suit, the old, hideous, ill-fitting, crusty, horrid shade of blue, loose, ill-fitting suit that Donnie's been wearing for decades. Never looked good, never fit right. What's sad is with that kind of money, you can get tailored, to the nutsack perfectly, you know what I mean? There's no need for it to be loose and ill-fitting, like it's not just off the rack, but out the hamper. There's no reason for it with that kind of money. Yeah, that's the way Donnie's always looked. His hair's always looked horrible. You're that rich, you can afford the best transplants, hair plugs, wigs, whatever. Yet Donnie's shit always looked fucked up. For decades. So I expected in his new Antichrist Caesar God role, I expected Donnie at some point to change it up. Because, you know, Caesar, Emperor, God of the Earth can't just be wearing this horrid blue suit and absurdly long, hideous red tie. And there needs to be a grander appearance. I'm wondering if this is it. Donnie came out rocking this look, was it yesterday, I believe? And we all know what Donnie's going to wear pretty much in every moment. If he's not, you know, at the Queen's castle or something, he's going to wear the blue suit with the red tie. So he's been wearing for decades, every day. So again, yesterday he just happened to come out like this. And I was like, whoa, what's this? Again, I'm saying he's the Antichrist. I'm saying he's got a God complex. I'm saying he wants to be king of the earth. He can't continue to just rock that blue suit and hard red tie. Something has to change. As the facade drops more, as the Reich forms more, as the Antichrist falls into his role further as king of the earth. Like he wants to. Just like Adolf, just like Alexander, just like Napoleon, just like the Caesars and Pharaohs. This is nothing new. The spirit that's in this thing. Many have tried it. It's been the goal of the devil since the beginning of time, this global order thing. Obviously, by the amount of men that tried to make it happen, it was of Satan every time. So I'm wondering, is this the new look? Antichrist chic, I call it. Is this the new, you know, Caesar, king of the earth look? Is that what Donnie's going for here? Little scarlet underneath the black kind of robe. Kind of Caesar-like. I wonder. Everything's contrived with these people. Leon and Donnie, they're the same entity. Every stitch of clothing, everything. There's a reason for this. They could have just been trying to hide something on his chest that was going on. Maybe they didn't want people to see. I don't know. Medical thing. Who the fuck knows? Or is this Donnie, you know, getting a little more comfortable in his role as Caesar, king, dictator, Führer, God, king of the earth? Because that's where it's going. Kind of a, I don't know what you would call it, Liberace / like Caesar look. It almost has an old world type feel to it. What I mean by old world is someone like in Rome or something. Instead of the button-down suit in the front, I would picture more of a robe type, but you would still have this center part that's open and have like the scarlet or something there. I'm really wondering what's up with this. Is this the Antichrist like falling into his role more, getting more comfortable? I gotta have a different, more, you know, Caesar look. I'm going to be king of the earth. That was always the plan. This thing is pure evil you're looking at. This is not a joke. It's not a drill. It's going straight to the abyss, son. Again, I would not be here for 2 hours with you. I planned on being here a half hour. But this shit's dire. Look at this animal. I really wonder, is this a new look? Is Antichrist chic? I know he's not going to rock that blue suit and tie forever. This is his moment. This is also biblical. It was written. There is also old world spirits involved in this. We are New Rome. Do you hear me? That's how God looks at us. We are the continuation of the Reich in Germany. These people specifically. A lot of our culture and customs. We are a continuation of Rome, of their cultures and customs. We have more Colosseums than Rome ever fucking had. We have more bread and circus than Rome ever could conceive. We have excess in comparison to the rest of the world. We have the most powerful military, and we spread our empire wherever we felt like. Although we did do some good in the world. We are an extension of all that. Now we have the elite at the top, like the Romans had. Sex with men and women was compulsory. For the elite men. If you didn't do it, you were, deemed weird. That's what you're looking at the top of this movement. You understand that, right? You've got a madman in charge like Caligula or someone was at the end of their reign. Hitler went mad at the end of his reign, was mad the entire time, but got, mad to the point where grandiosity outweighed logic to a degree that ended the empire. Napoleon, the same thing. Mad. Why? Because the grandiose thinking, I can take on Russia, my French army can take over the world. No. Too grandiose. Too big. And Russian winter, you don't ever fuck with it. Ever. Both tyrants learn that lesson. My point really is, though, that I need to get back to this what he's rocking right here. It really has an old world feeling for me. I'm getting that Caesar vibe, that Antichrist, King of the World type, new look vibe. I could be totally wrong. It could be the blue suit for the rest of time, but I always had a feeling Donnie would step it up. The facade is dropping, just like I said, in so many ways. And I'd love to be wrong, but I keep waking up and just seeing it play out, man. What is this? Is this the new Antichrist chic? I just can't see Caesar, God King of the world, wearing the blue suit and red tie anymore. Because he has a different role. That's what Donnie and the Reich is trying to do here. It isn't politics. It's them trying to elevate someone as a dictator, a king. They're all involved in it. They all know the plan. The cabinet, the main people around him. They know where this is going, where they knew day one. That's why he picked these people. I'm sure the first question, are you down with the plan? Dictatorship, Reich, blah, blah, blah. Yes or no? If it was a yes, okay, you're in. That's simple. They all believe it. They want to make this dude king of the world. What do you think Hegseth doing with the military all over the world, bombing shit? They all know the plan. The cabinet of the Reich. That's why he picked them. So King, Antichrist, God, King, Caesar, whatever of the world really probably can't continue to just wear the political outfit of an American president, a suit and tie. He must wear something more grand. That same old spirit is also in all these motherfuckers. That was in all the people before them that tried this same bullshit. So that's probably where some of the old worldness of this comes from. And again, we are New Rome, and these same spirits are in these people. We're seeing concepts. We're seeing dress. We're seeing what the Romans saw. We're seeing paganism and Satanism amongst these people as well. We're seeing the number of the beast amongst him as well. The currency, the image about to come out. The AI image. Plus the person that's involved with this, or the main father of it all, is a demon called the imp, the devil, Satan, who's been trying the same plan since the beginning of time. So old world ideas, worship of Satan will be part of all this, is part of all of it. Great example, I think it was Alina Haber or some young woman with some fake breasts. Standing at Mar-a-Lago, there's a goat there. A goat statue someone made. Covered in $100 bills. Donnie's face on it. In Trump we trust, replacing the name of God. You may see that as just a stupid little joke. A stupid little funny thing that someone made. But someone with wisdom, son. In 2025. And they see that in the halls, in the personal space of someone who's had the reins of power to this nation and might get them again at the time. And he's got a goat, son, and a young woman posing next to it. I think it was Haba. I don't know who the fuck it was. It looked like her. Doesn't matter. Lake fodder. Well, those of us with wisdom, we know what the goat represents. And if you don't know, you better ask somebody. We know what replacing the face on the money and replacing the name of God with Trump means as well, son. We don't take it as a joke. We know exactly what the fuck we looking at when we looking at that. So although it's Nazism on the surface, which is goddamn bad enough, it's Satanism behind it. Makes it infinitely worse. It's real. And no, it ain't the liberals, son. I'm sorry. I know that's what you think, what you're told. You're dumb. I'm sorry. Join us in reality for once in your life, son. I'm talking about real worship of Satan. Not what you dumbasses out there picture in your mind. Hence him being given the seat, son. Proving the worship. For without the worship, he would not be there. Do you understand how that works? Do you think the devil would pick someone that doesn't pay homage? You know what paying homage looks like? A goat statue with your face replacing the name of God as the devil's chosen. That was done for a reason. That was shown to you for a reason. I explained it when it happened. Deadly serious. Putting the Satanism right in your face. That was hardcore, man. That wasn't just a cute little goat statue with $100 bills with Donnie's face on it. I wish it was. You wish it was. But those of us with wisdom, again, we knew exactly what we were looking at. And we know exactly what these people are into. Based on that, one more time, I've been yelling for 10 years because this is that serious. And one, I wonder, is this Donnie's new Caesar look? Because the look will change as he takes his role. The same way Hitler's look changed as it went on, as the facade dropped more and more. I'm just wondering if this is it. Am I saying this is it? I don't know. It's a look, though. An old world type look. It could work for a fucking world Caesar, God King, whatever. I could see it. This, though, this is the real point. Let's look at this again as I get the fuck out of here, because I've been here way too fucking long. This is what should scare the fuck out of you. An 80-year-old man posting this because he believes it. This is where he's always wanted to take it. This is not a joke. This is not a drill. This isn't funny. This isn't cute. This isn't just a meme. This is his psyche. This is where he's always wanted this to go. What else do you see here again? And I want you to picture the pictures of the Nazis in the 1930s. Did you see Satan all over those pictures, little child? I did. I saw the darkness. I saw the shroud of Satan over every single picture. It doesn't even look like reality. It looks like a movie. And it wasn't a movie. It was real. It was the fucking devil, and they were exterminating human beings. And it was celebrated, and it was a great thing, and blah, blah, fucking blah. And when you look at the pictures of that time period and those people, you can see the devil all fucking over it. This picture, the same thing. Little small child out there, does that look nice and happy to you? Noble and wonderful, godly and righteous? Or does that look like the fucking devil? I know what I see in that picture. The anti-fucking Christ. That's what I see. And again, I know much more than you. And I would not be here if it were not that fucking dire. Look at this fucking maniac and where he wants to be. Picture yourself kneeling there, because that's where he wants you. He wants to be over all of us, the entire world. Purely of Satan, pure evil. Satan gave him the seat, son. You're looking at it. This is not normal. This ain't a drill. It ain't a movie. And it's going to a fucking horrible place. Have a wonderful evening.